You so sleepy today? You so sleepy? How come you're so sleepy, huh? Hi. How come you're so sleepy? Did you get worn out today? I love how you're cuddling your little baby. I do. All right, I love you. I'm gonna go make a card. You take a nap. Hi, this is Jenna from Brown Dog Craft Company, and today we're making 2 fun rainbow cards that could be birthday cards, or they could be congratulation cards, graduation cards. They don't have a specific sentiment on them to make them one card over another. So the sets that we're going to be using are from Concord and Ninth, and they're going to be Rainbow Sayings stamp set along with Rainbow Stitches and Strains dies, and then the Rainbow Turnabout stamp set. And for the Turnabout stamp set, you'll need the Turnabout jigs. So there's going to be 2 cards, each with different colors. So here I'm going to take, there's 2 different types of rainbows in these cards. And so I'm going to use 2 different color palettes. So the first here is going to be Harbor, Sorbet, and Grapefruit. And I'll cut the rainbow out of that, along with some hearts from each color. And this one is more like a string rainbow. And then this other one, the other card, is going to have more like a stitched rainbow. So it'll be, let's see, that's going to be Tide Pool, Fig, and Lilac. And so each one of these little rainbows cuts out a different stitching type pattern on the inside of the rainbow. And then again, I'll cut out the big heart and the little heart from each color also. So they'll get a little bit of each color heart in the end. So here I cut out some white clouds, and there's those hearts and the rainbows. I ran through some grass in the die cut machine too with Sprout that I did not end up using. But we'll bring in Sprout with a different stamp color here. So here I've lined up the Rainbow Turnabout using the jig. So I would recommend for all the Turnabout stamps to go to Concord and Ninth's website. They have a really good video and tutorial on how to line up the Turnabout stamps, and they even now have a new sticky mat jig that makes it even easier. But basically what you do is you line everything up using their jig, and then once you have it lined up, you don't move the stamp, you move your paper. So you put your paper on the jig. The way the jig is set up is there's little marks, little registration marks sort of, where you can line your paper up, your A2 size cardstock panel, and then you, in the new jig, you stick it down with the sticky part of the jig. But the way that I have it, I don't have the new jig, so I have repositionable adhesive on the back of my panel, which works fine too. So you start, there's little numbers in the corner of the jig, so you start with number 1 facing up, and you stamp your first color of ink. Then you clean your stamp really well, and then you rotate your paper, not the ink, you just rotate your paper and the jig to, let's see, the right one turn until the number 2 is at the top, and then stamp again, clean, rotate your paper again until the number 3 is at the top, clean, stamp again, and then rotate it with the number 4 at the top. You don't need to stamp 4 times. You could stamp 1 or 2 or 3, or you could stamp all 4 in the same color. There's a lot of possibilities, but they're really fun because you can create your own pattern paper, basically. So here I started with white cardstock, but you could start with a colored cardstock also, and then stamp some coordinating color inks, or all black ink or white pigment ink. There's a lot of there's definitely a lot of options, and there's a lot of videos out there that Concord and Ninth has created to help you be successful in your Turnabout stamping. So they're really fun. So there's the second panel. Looks really great. And as you can see, mine's not lined up perfectly either, and that's okay. It doesn't need to be completely perfect. And the more you stamp with these, the better they stamp. So there we go, there's the two panels completed. So we'll go ahead and we'll stamp some sentiments. So there's some curved sentiments in these Rainbow Sayings stamps. So this one is sending some happy, and that'll go above the rainbow. So I stamped that in black ink. And here I'm going to line up the colors for the rainbow, and I think I'll put the clouds up on some foam tape also. So here I'm going to add some foam squares to the back of the rainbow arches. So I've just got some small foam squares I'll add everywhere, including the back of the clouds. Now, this is where I'm going to say, do as I say, not as I do. Here I am starting at the bottom of the rainbow, which I thought was a good idea because then my rainbow would be level, but it was a really bad idea because I did not leave enough room for 3 layers of rainbow before I got to my sentiment. So I left this in so you could see that I did fix it. I very carefully peeled it up. It did rip the paper ever so slightly right there, and I just kind of pressed it back down with my finger, and I think it's hidden by the tide pool rainbow arch, so everything is fine. But definitely start at the top of the rainbow and go down if you have a sentiment above the rainbow. Or measure or do something. Not what I did. It ends up being fine, but catastrophe averted. There we go. So then that cute sentiment mirrors the arch of the rainbow there. So here I've got foam squares on the bottom of the clouds and then just a little bit of glue on the top of the clouds. Here we're going to stamp. This is going to be our sentiment actually for the other card, for the purple card, and I'm going to do some masking. So the stamp says "You're amazing," but I want to do "You're" and "amazing" in 2 different colors. So here I've just got a little bit of post-it tape that I put over "amazing," and then I'm going to ink up "You're," and that's in lilac, and then I'll stamp that a couple times. Make sure to remove your post-it tape every time. And then once the "Your" is stamped, I'll clean the stamp, and then I will use the same post-it tape to cover up "Your," and I will ink up "amazing" in Tide Pool. And then you get a 2-tone stamp. It's super cute. Here we'll take another sentiment. So here I've got some Harbor cardstock, and in Blueberry I will stamp "Hey there, beautiful friend." I really like the combination of the 2 different fonts on this stamp. So here I'm going to stamp "Have a lovely day" at the top of this card, and this time I will start correctly with the largest arch under the rainbow there. So I'm going to add some foam squares to the back of these, and these rainbow arches are a little bit more delicate, so I had to cut my foam squares, my little foam squares, I had to cut in half even. So here I'll put foam squares in the back of everything, including the clouds again, and we'll pop these up on the card. So I added foam to all of the rainbow pieces, and I will put them in the exact same order and add the clouds on the bottom also. I'm not sure which rainbow style I like best, so leave a comment below and tell me what your favorite rainbow style is, if it's this card or the purple card. I think I like the one on the purple card better, but I don't know. I go back and forth. I think we'll put that sentiment down on the bottom there, and we'll kind of tuck it underneath the clouds. So here I'll add both of the white clouds. The clouds are really cute because it's actually a two-piece die. So you get the outside of the cloud, and then you get a little inner piece that adds stitching. So you could do clouds without stitching also. So, but I pretty much always love stitching. So if it has stitching, I'm all for it. So here I'll pop up that sentiment down on the bottom there. And that is going to perfectly fit my card front. There we go. Now on the other card here, the You're Amazing that we stamped with 2 different colors, I'm going to pop that up. I die cut that with a banner die. So it has a cute banner on one side, and we'll snip off the other end that's overhanging there. So here I'm going to take the coordinating colors of hearts and arrange those on the cards and glue them down. And I also will take some Concord & Ninth little dewdrops. They're clear little baubles that you can put on your card fronts. So I will add a scattering of those to each card also, just with some liquid glue. And then I will finish with some clear glitter on the hearts, the 2 large hearts on each card. So I'll just sort of arrange those throughout the card. I don't use all of them, but just sort of trying to lay out and decide where they should go. I think having one on the cloud there is really cute. I'm counting to see how many I have on the card. I really wanted to use this light lilac heart, but it did not work out. So here I'm just using an embellishment tool and making a little V with my glue wherever the heart's going to go to help hold that heart down. And then here's the dewdrops. So I'll do a scattering of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. Normally I try to do odd numbers, but it doesn't always work out that way, and I added 6. I think 6. Or maybe it was 5 on this card, 6 on the other card. And then here we'll trim off the excess and then do the same to the other card. So they came together really quick, really fun. It's fun to create your own pattern paper. I hope you enjoyed making these. I hope you enjoyed watching me make these, and I hope you make these too. Thank you, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.